Hey guys, welcome back. Please do subscribe. This is the 2025 Genesis G80, a luxury sedan, a new Makalu gray matte paint. This is a $1,700 Canadian option. I love it, but as you can probably tell, it gets dirty fairly quickly, especially in BC weather where we get a lot of rain. This is the top trim. So Sport Plus in Canada, Sport Prestige in the US. The 2025 G80 gets a bumper refresh, a headlamp refresh. It gets some more tech inside. This is still a 3.5 liter twin turbo V6. Super fun, super smooth, quiet, luxurious drive, very quick. Wait until you see this interior, but let's check out what's new on the back. You can probably see the dirt on the paint better on the back than on the front. So yes, it gets dirty quickly, but this matte is beautiful. Back end, like I say, bumper refresh for 2025. We have our G80 four-wheel drive. Is that a 4 or an A? I don't know, but it's all-wheel drive, 3.5T. You can get a 2.5T, which is a inline four-cylinder. I believe it's also turbo. Huge grille. Huge trunk and a power trunk lid, which is fantastic. Lots of room. We have a pass-through, which is great if you're going skiing or need room for other long things. We have a full-size spare and a little tire change kit here with a jack and everything, which is very handy. I really feel the rear steering in this. I could feel it immediately when I picked this up. I felt it around corners, parking. You can tell this has rear wheel steering. This is a twin turbo, a 3-liter twin turbo V6, 375 horsepower, 391 pound-feet of torque, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. All-wheel drive is standard. It's very smooth, very quiet. It's powerful. I think the 0 to 60 was something like 5 or 6 seconds, but like that's more than sufficient. I have a Honda like riding my ass and I'm doing 85 kilometers an hour. He was like right on my ass.
I've been going 80 on this road before and someone floored it and passed me around.
Smart, right?
Like, wow.
Yeah, she's aggressive much. Okay, this screen and everything in here for the driver is new for 2025, and I love it. I've seen this setup before. I think it was in the GV80 coupe we had over Christmas time, and we also get head-up display on this top trim, which you're not going to get on the 2.5T. The screen. This driver display is completely customizable. You can customize, right now I have it on maps in the back. I have the climate right here, but you can actually change this with this little haptic button here. You can change this to whatever you want. They're cool little, it reminds me of Mercedes-Benz, to be honest, because I always play with the Mercedes-Benz customizable driver display, and so I've been playing with that in here as well. I love that. Wireless CarPlay and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is standard across the G80 lineup. Love this interior. We have red leather throughout, everywhere in here. This is real carbon fiber on the top trim, so on this Sport Plus. Love this red and black stitching. It's just a really beautiful dash. We have haptic and hard button climate, dual zone, heated and ventilated seats, hard touch volume dial, which I love, more carbon fiber. I don't use this dial, but you can to control the touch screen. 2 cup holders, which is great. The dial gear selector is, I don't know if I'm a fan, but let's show you the backup camera. It's really good, a nice 360 camera. Really enjoy that always. And this G80 top trim has rear steering. So I will say when the rear wheels are turning, when you're driving with rear wheel steering, especially backing into a parking space, it feels different than a regular car without rear steering because it has more cornering. And it just turns differently, as you would imagine, because the back wheels are turning as well. So a good backup camera, super important with rear steering, I find. Sorry, back to the center console. And back over here, we get a wireless charging pad and a nice size center console. I have a bunch of stuff in here. And I will say, I noticed something this week. I have a pretty like heavy phone case. This is my phone case. It has a handle on it. It's kind of like a leather, faux leather material. It's quite thick. But this charging pad actually charges my phone through this case. And it does in the other car I have this week too, which is awesome. And I was very surprised by that because usually I have to take my phone out of the case in order to use the wireless charging. But, and you will notice there's no USB or USB-C anywhere, but they're in here. So we have a 12 volt and 2 USB-Cs in the center armrest, which is nice and handy. You can throw your phone in there if you need to charge while you're driving. Let's go back to the steering wheel for a sec. I forgot to talk about it. I love Genesis steering wheels. Some people say they're oddly designed. I disagree. Love this two-tone leather. It is beautiful. This is the same red, Seville red, that's throughout the car. We have, like I showed you, the haptic controls for customizing the driver display. We also have our cruise control buttons over here. We can also change our music, our volume, and we have paddle shifters, of course. It's a very sporty G80. Drive modes, I love, so in the Sport Plus or Sport Prestige, you're gonna get a Sport Plus mode that you're not gonna get in the 2.5T. I love when you put it in Sport Plus, you get this red speedometer and red dial. It's very, very cool. I love this Seville red Napa leather. It is so beautiful, and I have my door open because, okay, I closed it too hard. But this G80 also has soft closed doors, which I think is such a luxury. It means that if you close the door, but it didn't close all the way, or you didn't slam it, it's gonna close all the way for you, which I love that feature. Back here, we have window shades. We have the panoramic sunroof that comes all the way to here. We have a microfiber suede headliner, which is really nice. We have a Bang & Olufsen sound system, which I love. I love that the red is even on the back of the seats. That's not very common. I find that even when we have different colored seats, like, you know, beige or red or whatever, a lot of the car companies will make this part still black, but this is all red, and I love it. We have some seat pockets. We have rear climate control. We do have a huge hump here, so your middle passenger is not gonna have a ton of room, but you know, you don't have to have a middle passenger. You can just use this big, beautiful center console. We have two really small cup holders in here. Let's see if my smoothie cup fits in here. I'm really curious right now because this, oh, it does. They look smaller than they are. So my big smoothie cup fits in there. And we have heated seats. We even have a rear window shade. I'll do that again. We even have a rear window shade. How fun is that? I love when luxury cars have that. A little cubby with two USB-C chargers. And then we also have a pass-through. Again, I mentioned it when I was in the trunk, but yeah, if you have like skis or whatever, that's kind of convenient. And again, just, I love this red leather interior. It's so fancy. I was just looking to see if we had mirrors or anything. Some Genesis have little pop-out vanity mirrors in the back, which I think are pretty cool. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful interior. There is a lot of luxury and a lot to love in this G80, and it drives amazing as well. I really enjoy Genesis 3.5 twin turbo engine, both here, the GV80, the GV80 Coupe, even the GV70. Always a joy to drive. If you haven't test driven a Genesis, I encourage you to. It is a good contender in the luxury space, and it's less expensive than some of its competitors if you're going European. I really do enjoy them, and I really love these interiors. They're gorgeous. Oh, right here. It's on my door panel next to my window controls. That's pretty cool. Again, luxury sedan. The G80 starts at 74,000 Canadian and about 58,000 US dollars. That is for the 2.5 twin, I don't know if it's a twin turbo, but it's a 4-cylinder. This is a V6. This one is the top trim. So Sport Plus in Canada, Sport Prestige in the US, all-wheel drive across the board in both Canada and the US on all trims of the G80. This one with this special matte paint, about 90,000 Canadian dollars and 78,000 US dollars, but I don't know what the paint option costs in the US. So this spec, the top trim in the US, 78,000 US dollars. I would expect to add maybe about 1,000 if you want this matte gray paint. This red leather is not additional, but I mean, it's stunning. I love it. Let me know what you guys think. Please do subscribe. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you soon.